Yo, it's Monday, so you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Marcus and the Man Cave with your boy Marcus, my beautiful, amazing co-host, Miss Janelle Mayfield. How you doing?
I am wonderful. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, and you've had a birthday. Mm.
I've been a little busy. I'm just now calming down. But yes, my birthday was great.
Was it?
It
Love
was
that.
great.
Love that. Yeah, you had a birthday. You went to homecoming at the Mecca. Hopefully that went well, right?
It was cool.
First of all, let's talk about the skin. It's glowing right now. You got a little light. Look at that. Is that all natural glow or is that a product?
Yes. I really just am like never gonna get into makeup. I really be like, oh, I want to try, and then I just wipe it all off.
And why? Why? You bag Trevor without it? What you need it for?
Whoa!
What you need it for? But
You're
is that a?
giving very much very black man today.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. It's just because I don't have a haircut. So, so that's why we're getting. Speaking of Trev, what's up, Trev? So that's why you're seeing this because I have yet to get a haircut. I got back from a long trip, and
Where were you?
man,
Also, love the hotel room. Please keep doing that.
I think that's gonna be my thing now.
That
I'm
was
gonna
great.
start giving y'all tours of my hotel rooms.
Yes, that was great.
Some of them are great.
The one
Some of them ain't it,
there was
man.
one where you made me laugh really hard with that weird tub.
With the baptismal. with the tile, that long stretch of tile right there. What am I supposed to
Where
do?
were
Relax
you?
on
Are
that?
you gonna tell us where you were?
I was in Spain, so
Oh.
I was on base at a military installation in Spain, and all military installations have hotels, and they're
What
meant
is a military installation?
so just a military base.
Okay.
So all the bases have hotels. And they're there for, we can use them if you're traveling. Like, it's a good way to stay somewhere cheap and not have to, buy fancy hotel. Really great. But with that comes the fact that it's government money, so they ain't gonna be trying to upgrade nothing.
Let me tell you something about the government. They cheapest.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get the best of the lowest, and that's what you're gonna get.
I've been begging for an upgraded laptop for going on 2 years now.
Ain't
They
no
said
funds
no,
for
ma'am.
that. No funds for that. But yeah, so that was in Rota, Spain. It's a nice seaside
Rota.
place. It's a nice seaside place. If you ever want to go to Spain, it's great. It's not Barcelona, it's
Trevor.
not Madrid, but it's a great. They got a lot of resorts, a lot of stuff like that. But we not at the resorts. We on base. So I had that long little baptismal tub, and I don't know what that tile stretch was for. Like, do I rest on that? Do I like relax on that part, put my feet in the water or something? Like, I don't know what it's for. But yeah, that room was not hidden. The bed actually was comfortable though. I
Okay.
will say that the bed was good. Them sheets were tight, so whoever did that bed, it's secure. Because I had the Pop-Tart. I don't know if military we call it Pop-Tarting. If you're skinny like me, when I went in and you didn't want to have to make up your bed because you wanted to stay tight, you can just slip into the sheet
Oh my
and
god.
then slip back out. We call it being a Pop-Tart. You just slide right on out and try to keep, and then you just tighten the sides back down so it looks like you never slept there. Yeah, my MTI was like,
It makes life easier though.
yeah. He's like, do you ever sleep? So then he came and flipped my whole mattress off the bed. He was like, you gonna make it up today? I was like,
Bully?
yeah.
That's why I
So
couldn't do it.
he got me. Yeah, he got me. But no, yeah. But the first room with the haunted furniture, that super big room I was in.
Oh yeah.
What was that? That
Yeah,
was
the
in
one with like the kitchen and stuff. The really nice.
the kitchen.
I'm sorry, the one that had like the couch and then like.
Oh, y'all thought it was nice. You talking about the one with the old LG TV in there? Like, so that first room I got in with the padded walls had a nice sitting big living room and all that stuff.
The one with the balcony.
Oh no, that was Cyprus.
Okay, that was.
So that was Larnaca, Cyprus. While I was there, I went to the tomb of
Can you put
Lazarus,
the location?
where that, yeah, Larnaca, Cyprus.
I don't even know what that means, but that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
the city of Larnaca in the country of Cyprus. But I went to see the tomb of Lazarus, where the Eastern Orthodox Church says Lazarus. No, not after he was brought back from the dead.
Oh,
This is
but
when he died.
still.
This is when he died for real. Later, I went to the tomb.
I'm glad you knew though. Okay,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
don't know. He wrote.
Not the first one, not the first time, but so I went to see the tomb of Lazarus. Did all that. So that hotel was dope.
That's
The-
amazing.
Yeah, the guy who got us those rooms, there was only 4 of them, and he gave it to my crew position because he was like, we were working
Period.
harder. So
Come on.
yeah,
everybody.
man. Yeah, it was definitely a good time there. But yeah, that first hotel was haunted. I mean, the lights came on in the middle of the night.
Did you,
Like, and I was like, I sleep with a sleep mask on because I'm very light sensitive when I sleep.
period. Get your sleep, Marcus.
I gotta have a sleep mask. I gotta have my sleep mask.
That's Jasmine.
I gotta have it completely silent. And so it got up under there, and I gotta listen to murder podcasts when I go to sleep. Gotta have a murder.
Oh, I listen to white noise.
You know, I like Summer Sanchez. If y'all want a good channel to listen to some like crazy cult stuff or something when you go to sleep.
Did you
For
ever
some
listen
reason,
to Sword and Scale?
I have not.
You would love Sword and Scale.
So I gotta write that down.
Yes.
I have to replay this.
Matter of fact, I might start listening to it again.
Yeah.
I used to just sit. The craziest murder stories you'll ever hear. Most of them happen in Ohio for some reason.
Yeah, but
It's so good.
all serial killers are from Ohio.
I don't understand.
Y'all crazy. It's the weather. But yeah. Actually, it's beautiful today. Let me stop. But no. But so yeah, that first room was haunted, and it wasn't as nice as it looked. I wish I could have filmed a second part to that video to show y'all all the stuff I found after I made that video. That was like, yeah.
Well, we enjoyed the series, and you need to keep them coming.
But I'll keep doing that. So y'all keep watching. Make sure you join our podcast page at Marcus in the Man Cave, so you guys can see that. I'll keep doing that. But with that being said, I got a question for you. And everybody watching right now. You have to choose one of these musical catalogs to listen to for the rest of your life. And the other one you can never listen to again. And you have to tell me which one's better. A, you get Beyonce and all of Beyonce's music.
Okay.
Not Destiny's Child, though.
Okay,
just solo Beyonce music.
Okay.
2, this is your other option, Usher.
Okay.
And that's it.
Between those two?
Between those two.
I'd have to choose Usher.
I chose Usher as well.
And I love Beyonce, but
are you wearing lipstick?
No, I was saving this for the end of the show.
Oh, we'll talk about it later. See, look, that's how good it is. Even I noticed it. Y'all, it's crazy.
It's a lip balm.
Oh, it is in Gilead. Okay. I thought they were saying bomb for the whole time. I was like, why would he put one there?
Entire life, and then I found out what it was. I said, oh, okay.
I was like, why would he put a bomb there? That's so weird. Like,
but I thought maybe it was just like a metaphor that he gonna
a blessing bomb. He's gonna blow y'all up with blessings. That's what he's gonna do. That's what I thought it was. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So I chose Usher. I just feel like Usher has just way more. I don't know, just way more hits. So I was just gonna ask you guys in the chat. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Beyonce has the better musical catalog, or do you think Usher does?
I also just feel like Usher has more of a variety of sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because Usher has dibbled and dabbled, and y'all know I love Beyonce, but like, I have to be in the mood to listen to Beyonce. And for the most part, I'm listening to Lemonade, and that's about it.
Yeah. There's one song I really mess with on the Lemonade album. I turned the bass all the way up in my car. All night long. The
whole album is a masterpiece.
The bass
that and Me, Myself, and I could listen to every single.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
But when it comes to Usher, just about every single album from top to bottom, I could listen to every single day.
And like I said, I think he's one of the few people who have made a perfect album with Confessions.
Also, you're not going to believe what I'm about to say. I owe you an apology.
Pray tell. Why?
Usher is a marriage ruiner. The most recent video of him on tour, like, y'all were right. Usher knows exactly what he's doing, and
he does.
I mean, I love that. I love the persona, but I couldn't be married to that man.
Yeah.
There's no way. This woman he's been putting cherries in women's mouths.
You talking about the woman with the cherry shirt with the big things? Yeah, that's St. Louis.
Were you there?
No, that was St. Louis. That's here.
I was like, Usher, you just got married. But come on, because we have so many things to talk about.
Yeah, but look what he married. I mean, I'm sorry. He
And
misses it.
for all we know, it's for
Would if Usher tried to feed you a cherry, would you eat it?
my husband is downstairs.
Hey, Trev.
If Usher tried to feed me a cherry, I would probably have to run away. I don't know, Trevor. Well, I don't know.
You say if you can throw it, I'll eat it. I'll eat it. Trev, what would
He's
Trev do?
putting
Where's
it in
Trev?
their mouth.
Trev, what would you do? What would you do, Trev?
I don't know what Trevor would do.
What would you do, Trev? No, I was at the concert. That's how I know.
It was great, wasn't it?
Sure.
Well, no, I saw your post. I agree with what you said. He has a lot of hits, but I do feel like there were songs that he could have done that he didn't do. And that's how I felt when I went 2 years ago. Granted, the man been on tour for like 3 years straight.
Residency, then that, like, man.
I love that for him.
But yeah, he did do the tour. He did well. Good stuff. Now, on to the next subject that I want to put up there. Just so before we get to the other topics, what are some things that you're starting to dislike more as you get older? You just had a birthday. You just had a birthday. I have one coming up. We're getting older. What is like the number one thing that you cannot stand as you get older?
People are gonna be so mad at me when I say this.
What?
Parents my age. Y'all get on my damn nerves.
Parents? What about parents? What about them?
My life does not revolve around Zaire. And a lot of people, because of their situation, and I tried to give grace, like, I have one kid. I'm not having more. I do have a leg up. Like, I got one kid. Trevor and I beautifully balance parenthood. Like, I don't, when do you ever hear me complain, like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Like, I can't do this because of Zaire. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Majority of the time when I try to make friends with other people who are parents, all they're doing is complaining. Like, I was a chaperone at Zaire's his field trip. I walked over to the other moms and they were like, oh yeah, I have like 4 kids. I'm so tired. And I was like, we just got here. So that's one thing. Your turn.
For me, I think my most hated thing now is people who can't be on time for nothing. Like, that is really starting to annoy me. Like, especially when something's supposed to start at a certain time. Like, I block out my day to be at this event.
You know what this made me think of?
What? What? Say it.
A place that we were both at.
No, we're not gonna do that.
I'm not. That's why I couldn't.
Yeah, I hope one day we can tell that story.
No,
y'all.
one day we will.
One day we will be able to.
But
that
man,
person.
you want to talk about?
Man, we went to the liquor store. What?
We got food. We
got food.
So many things.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, I just hate. I'm starting to really dislike people who don't value other people's time.
Yeah.
Like, if you say something's going to start at a certain time, it's going to run to a certain time. Like, I can understand 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
But when you're constantly late and everybody got to wait on you or something, like, it's not cute anymore. Yeah. Fashionably late isn't cute. I get if you got kids and you got to get them ready, but you know how long it took you to get your kids ready. Start getting ready earlier. Like, that can't be an excuse all the time. And like,
it can't.
I grew up in a very large family.
Yeah, I was gonna say, So
before y'all try to say, oh, you ain't got kids, you don't know. No, I've watched us all get wrangled and shoved into one vehicle on time, weekly, to make sure we were where we were supposed to be. If you know your child hard to wake up, don't be screaming at them 5 minutes before it's time to go. Like, get up. Gently wake them up 2 hours early and start getting them ready for their day. Like, it's not that hard. I can't stand that. And bad customer service.
That was going to be. Let me tell you something. I feel like down here, I will say like fast food tastes better down here, but the customer service, I've never you know that show Snapped? I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
I be wanting to, like, what is wrong with you?
that's crazy. I don't like bad customer. I don't like when I have to chase you down for something that you owe me. Like I've ordered shirts, especially black-owned companies. I've ordered stuff
Be nice.
and been blocked when I've asked about it. Like there's a person right now who owes me a t-shirt from 2018. And they just gave me the runaround for like, it was a hoodie. It was a custom Howard hoodie that I just wanted. I was like, oh, that's great. And it was really cool. It had like the library on one side of the arm sleeve, like with names of people who were involved in that. Like it was really cool, really in-depth hoodie. $59.99. I was like, you know what? Black-owned business. I will support it. Let's do it. Man, this person gave me the runaround for so long. And then they just blocked me because I kept asking for it. I never got my money back. So bad customer service is my other thing.
I have one.
What you got?
I get more and more tired of seeing women who are not Black cosplaying as Black women, and it's considered really cute. And I'm not just talking about white women. I'm talking about anyone who is not a Black woman who, like, they have the Black girl aesthetic and they are praised for it. And these are things that, like, we were called ghetto for. That being older, being in therapy, those are things that it's a trigger for me. It's a trigger. And I just feel like everybody owes us an apology in the form of money.
Yeah. Lip filler. I'm tired of seeing lip filler. Y'all leave that mess alone. You look crazy. Like, why do you want to look like that every day?
The issue is, though, there's one person in my entire life, and I knew her personally. Blair, if you ever see this, I have to say, she had lip filler, and I had no idea. None whatsoever. It looked amazing. Outside of that, I fully support people doing what they want, but y'all, after a while, it's giving an allergic reaction. Okay.
Let's read these comments here. We got a comment. Hi guys, I don't know why IG wasn't working. Hey Lou. Hey
girl.
And she said, I'm getting some lip. Just shut up. Shit.
Of all people, I'll actually hit you.
Hey Kier.
Because
Kier, what you missed was oh, I know you a big Beyonce fan. I asked who had the better music catalog, Beyonce or Usher.
No, that wasn't what you asked.
Okay.
You said
I said
if I had to choose a catalog to listen to for the rest of my life.
For the rest of my life.
If I had to say who has a better catalog, I would say Beyonce. But for me, I would choose to listen to Usher.
Yeah, I would definitely choose Usher. But what would y'all choose? Would you choose Beyonce or would you choose Usher? The other one doesn't exist anymore if you don't choose them. You can never listen to their music again. You can only pick one of the two. But that's what you missed. And then we were talking about something that you dislike the older you get. So let us know what that would be. Next thing, because I would choose I had so much faith in you, Kier. I had so much faith. Huh.
It ain't no right or wrong answer.
Hard, loud noise. Oh, that she don't like loud noise. You getting there? Yeah. Turn the TV down. You sleep with your hands in your lap, don't you, Kier?
You know what I don't like? And Trevor does this, and it gets on my damn nerve.
What?
He will get in the car and not put on any music, and we'll just be driving in silence. And I feel like he's a serial killer.
Speaking of loud noises, like right when.
At some point, you got to take the camera with you, and we got to go over there.
Yeah, we're on the scene live with this nuisance here.
We have questions because this has been.
It's just great because my dog does not care. He's just like whatever this is. But but yeah, no, loud noises definitely.
people who stand in the middle of aisles in the store, like literally in the middle, or like the walkway.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
People who talk on their speakerphone in public.
anything on speaker, actually.
You could have texted Lisa what she needed from the store. But instead, we all need to hear her shopping list now.
Oh,
I don't get that.
I get so angry.
I don't like, and there's people who do that on airplanes. They will literally listen to their music and stuff out loud. Like, we going, oh, you got a banger over there. Like, no.
When I used to have to take the metro, and they would just be, I'm like, headphones are so inexpensive.
People who don't discipline their children.
Ooh.
And think that we're just supposed to be okay with them running over our stuff and stomping on our feet. I'll smack your kid. I will. And make it look like an accident. Oh, he fell into my hand. My God. Oh, my.
I can't stand that parents don't tell their kids, like, you have to have boundaries with people. Yeah. You should not be in their space. Don't touch them. Like,
they be thinking,
why is your kid crawling around the store with no shoes or socks on?
They be thinking it's cute. Like, oh, he likes you. I don't like him.
Why are you sending your kid to school and they're sick?
People who want to pet my dog without talking to me. That gets.
Why would anybody do that?
You'd be surprised, man. If I go walk in here, oh, he's so cute, and they just reach immediately, man. And I wish he was the dog that he looks like.
Without permission should at some point be a felony. Like, this is assault.
Unfortunately, that is my mom, and I bought her headphones.
Good for you.
God bless the older generation.
See,
though.
You gave her a solution. There are some people that I just be like, I literally know your entire life.
Yeah, her mom be listening to bangers, but no, I don't like people who do that. But yeah, is there anything else we forgot? Yeah,
that's
music.
My next one. The government is something else I start to dislike more and more as I
the
go.
government. Yeah, these taxes
playing in my face.
Everything gets on my nerves. Everything don't get on my nerves.
Everything gets on my nerves. So
yeah, I'm just picky with stuff. In the 20 items or less checkout with 500 items.
My friend said, a friend of mine was like, life gets easier when you remind yourself everyone's a little autistic. I said, but I'm
not. But not me. It's funny, but not me. That's how I feel about it.
But like, everyone acts foolish and I'd be stressed.
Man. Hey, so let's talk about this real quick because I want to go to this next topic.
What's the next one?
Man, Elon Musk and these robots, man.
Elon Musk terrifies me.
Elon Musk has these robots coming out. Everybody seen that movie I, Robot with Will Smith. Like, that was actually like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid.
That was one of the first most like realistic robot movies, maybe outside of Bicentennial Man.
Yeah. Oh, taking it back.
Okay. That's one of my favorite movies.
I have to go watch that.
That's how I want me and Trevor to go out together hand in hand.
Because I thought the future was gonna be like Demolition Man back then and other movies, but like that movie, I was very intrigued on that movie because like the 3 laws that the movie has in it and like how you could manipulate them. Like, it was intriguing to me. I was like, wow, this could possibly actually happen.
Very scared.
But I'm like, 2050 though, like it's gonna be way down the line. Nah, man, this brother done unveiled these Tesla bots, man. And one positive is it seems like the investors are not with it. They seem to be like, this is not gonna be very good. I don't want
the worst time to be doing anything like that.
But with that being said, Elon is out here saying that, well, possibly and potentially in the future, you could possibly have these robots be able to carry a child for you. Instead of needing surrogates, these could. So my question is, ladies,
Father God,
we know how the world, for one, like a lot of ladies don't want to take time off from work because they're going to lose their traction in the workforce and stuff like that. Would you possibly think about having a robot carry your child? And fellas, would you agree to it?
How does that? Every day we stray further and further away from his favor. Okay, I need you to think about what coming from someone who literally had a child, I'm trying to understand how this is even like, is it like an incubator?
Basically, it would have a
Let me tell you
amniotic
something.
fluid type thing on the inside. It'll be kind of like the Matrix. Just
There is nothing that I can trust about Elon Musk. There's way like with him, you have to read the fine print. Like I had to read his whole like legal thing for Twitter to see if we wanted to get re-verified at work because he took everyone's verification away. And basically, in the fine print, it says if they feel like completely taking over your account and posting whatever they want, they're allowed to do. It's like craziness. There's nothing about that man I could trust. So no.
yeah.
It
No,
would
I
have to be
just
someone else.
now
Elon Musk.
but see, and the thing is, there are some benefits I could see from it.
Yeah, I can too.
Like the rates at which Black women have complications during childbirth and things like that. This
But
could be a
first of all, I
way
think
to
it would be way. I
save.
don't think majority of Black women could even afford that if it was an option.
True.
It would probably be way too expensive. Second of all, I think that most people are just veering away from having kids in general anyway. He's just it's the wrong person. If this was someone else and this was like some medical breakthrough and it was someone that we knew was of good, it'd be different. This
Like,
man is insane.
yeah, it could solve some birthing issues, but I'm just like, this is when will
Also,
we
why
decide
the
that we're
man-
going too far? When do we decide that we're going too far and that I feel like technology is just starting to leap.
I mean, when you have money like that, what else do you have to do? You just come up with random ass stuff to do.
Yeah.
Like he has nothing else to do.
Well, he got time to jump up on stage at a rally. And can we talk about that? Can we talk about why a guy is talking about another man's junk at a campaign rally, and for some reason they're still neck and neck? Anyway,
this is our lives.
This is America.
This is our reality right now.
This is America. And the thing is, what really scares me about Elon is how much of the government spending is on his programs.
Yeah.
Like the Department of Defense can literally be owned by him at this point. That's what scared me. So I want y'all to go look it up. Go look it up when you got some free time. Just go look up how many defense contracts that man has. It's ridiculous. And how many satellites that are in space right now are his from his company. Just go look it up.
But
it's crazy. But there are good things that have come from it. Like when there's hurricanes and stuff, he's able to position his satellites directly above that area and give everybody cell service and Wi-Fi and stuff like that.
I understand that.
But at the same time, it's like, what if he decides to not?
Right. And he's one of those people to me that's mentally unstable and could possibly be like one day, you know what?
Yeah. And I drive a Tesla.
I just don't think one person should have that much power.
Yeah. And I drive a Tesla. So if y'all ever see me on the side of the road, just come get me. Come get your boy. I didn't know it was like this. Come get your
I need to understand. I'm about to say something, and I mean this with all due respect, and it's probably going to sound racist. Why did every single person who is not from America buy a Tesla? And they all put the please be patient, new driver.
I didn't put that sticker on mine.
Like it's one of the fastest cars. I don't understand how we're going 20 in a 50. And the speed limit up here is pretty high. It'd be 70 on the freeway. How is y'all doing it?
The acceleration is amazing.
You can never. I'm a fast driver. Trevor thinks I'm crazy. Don't ever give me no Tesla because it's a wrap. But these people
hit curbs, don't you?
Like,
you jump curbs.
I don't jump no curbs. I'm a good driver.
Curbs hit you.
I don't know. I'm a good driver. I don't do all that. I'm a very good driver.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Well, speaking of driving, do you want to know what has been driving me crazy? Love is Blind. Love is Blind has been driving me crazy.
Can I make a quick PSA? Marcus Winters owes me compensation. For weeks, he asked me to watch this doggone show. And finally, I watched it.
And you enjoyed every minute.
There was no way you could have prepared me for the madness of this season. Nick
Ugh.
Lackey Lachey and his whatever his name is, and his wife, who she got these really bad frown lines. Counter days. They will be.
Wait, she has really bad frown lines.
Like she has really bad. Like here, she need to put some retinol on it.
Okay, now you
That's
got
what
me
happens
looking
when
at mine.
you literally like wear makeup all day, every day for your whole life.
Love
No
is
shade to
blind.
people who wear makeup every day. Please do not come
No.
to me.
Love is Blind. I don't be watching this show. And now I'm reminded of why I do not watch this show. Why do y'all enjoy? First of all, ladies that do watch, I'm not saying you, Janelle, but the ladies that do
please
enjoy
ask
it.
the question, please.
Why do y'all enjoy this?
Do y'all want healthy relationships? I don't understand.
Because I want to go through and I want to break down.
Yes, this might have to be a 2-part show.
It might, because the reunion is next week, so we're gonna have to talk about that. So make sure y'all come and y'all bring your popcorn and all that. But I want to break down some of this now. I have an insider source that had told me some things about how the show works in the background and things like that.
What?
So, so I don't want to, spoil our beans, but there's a lot of dating and stuff that we don't get to see for the show. She said, I can't tell you why I watch, but I do. Yeah, and that seems like everybody. Nobody can say why they watch.
I can tell you why I don't watch it.
But yeah, so watching this whole process, to me, it just the premise itself is outrageous to me anyway. Just I'm gonna sit in a pot and not see what you look. Because first of all, I'm not gonna sit here and say that physical attraction is a thing. And
let's be real. Yeah. Everyone wants to act like we don't have preferences when it comes to body. Every single person on this earth has preferences, and some of those preferences deal with physical. Some people think this looks good. Some people think this looks bad.
Exactly.
We need to stop being scared.
And it doesn't make people bad people because they don't want.
You just don't need to you don't need to shame anyone.
Yeah, and you don't have to be mean to someone about it. Like that's the thing.
But no, there's no way.
But there's no way I'm sitting behind a foggy glass door. A foggy glass door.
I was crying, babe. I love you.
Like and getting emotional over somebody that I've only been talking to through a pod.
Let's break it down, though. Let's break it down.
Okay, break it down. So there's these couples on here, and I want to and let me get this first one out of the way because they just bore me. Garrett and Taylor, I'm happy for them. They seem like genuinely two nerds that just have fallen for each other.
Okay. Sorry.
Two nerds that are falling. What? No, they got married.
What real? There has been one couple that
I love it. There's some real love stories come out of it, and then being so vulnerable and emotional.
Lula, I'm sorry, sis. I can't back you up on that one. It's not realistic in any way. It only worked the first time.
Everyone finds people differently. True, but I just feel like a lot is played up for drama for television, but a lot of it just seems like they just make everybody look desperate to me.
But they were desperate.
And this season of People seemed extremely desperate to me.
Ashley came on there saying, my goal, because her parents divorced. And it was so interesting that they focused on her dad when she talked about how much she couldn't stand her dad. But she said, my goal is to get married and stay married. And I think that, again, I say this all the time. And yes, I'm married, but the flex is not getting married. Yeah. The flex is, can you maintain a healthy lifestyle where you're honoring yourself and your partner? That's the flex.
Yeah. Okay. Also, sometimes you can't see the red flags within your own dating life until you see the red flags in others. Oh, that is good.
I like that.
That is good. There are some things that I saw on the show that I was like, oh, that's something to definitely be looking out for. But what I didn't like about watching it too is like the amount of how fast it was versus how much people were giving and the info and some of that stuff. Like to me, needs to be an in-person talk to. Like we'll get back to
in the
Tim.
Pods this season. I felt they were very quick to be really vulnerable, and I feel like in general it's important to have boundaries with people you're trying to marry,
yeah,
because you have to figure things out. It's like a formula,
like Tim and Alex. Tim and Alex was a very good example of that for me. Like but we're gonna get to them even further all down the line in this conversation, I'm sure. But Like the fact that they're dating and they're getting ready to get married, and he decides to gift her a bracelet from one of his deceased sisters, which he lost both of his sisters, so he's the only child left. Before you've even met her family, seeing if you're compatible, you're gonna give someone something so sentimental and consequential to your life, like
And you don't even know what this
person
person looks
looks
like, what
like.
she believes in, what her family believes in. Like, do you all have, and you don't have to be perfectly compatible. Opposites can attract, but like to give yourself someone that quickly and not know what the outcome is going to be, I
Yeah.
just feel like you're putting yourself up for a world full of.
And when you know you're on a show, you don't know whether these people lying or not.
Well, clearly a lot of them were lying.
Yeah. And we're gonna get to these lies. So yes, they OD on I love you. Relax. Yeah, the marriage part is extreme, but I think it's an interesting way to meet some people. Meet someone. I wouldn't do it, but I can see why people do the show.
I do agree with
see,
that.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first season I felt was extremely successful. What was the couple, the white guy and the black girl? They're still married to this day. That was the only season I felt was successful. But after that, it's like
for them.
I feel people just got on it to be on TV. I don't feel these people were except for the women. Except for some of the women.
The women seem like, and let's
go
talk
ahead.
about
Go
that.
ahead.
Y'all can get mad at me all you want.
Mental evaluations. Background.
Lula said, "I love you" after the first 10 minutes of the day. Exactly. Be like, dang, like you just
because Steven contradicts.
Yeah, that was a lot. They need to do better on background checks. So let's talk about background checks for one. Since you mentioned it, I need to find out why Leo killed his whole family. I need to find out why he did it. Ain't all them people got cancer?
Because it'll be a Netflix documentary.
Even the stepmama who wasn't even blood related, she got the cancer.
Even like, let me be real. I know that a lot of times when white men have a lot of money, they don't necessarily show it. He was definitely giving average. Sir, I don't even believe he was rich like that.
And the way he palmed her head when he was like, I was gonna pick Hannah. Well,
so can we talk about that?
Yes, that was the nastiest, most manipulative thing I ever seen in my life.
And I don't think that's something that I feel like we have a lot of conversations within the Black community. And I do wonder if like within the white community, do they talk about things like that? Because that's like, to me, a lot of the white males on the show, they wanted to conquer women, not necessarily be in relationships. Like when the pods opened and he saw Brittany, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Brittany, right? And he was like, "Oh, she's so effing hot. She's so effing hot." And she was like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, I'm not really comfortable. And he kept like trying to be all over her. He couldn't even see how uncomfortable he was. And I was like, please call SWAT.
Kier, I'm gonna call BS on that though, Kier, because Leo, yes, he's a loser. He leads with money, and doesn't want a girl who wants his money. But yet in the kitchen when he was with the dudes, he was like, "Well, she might just want you for money." And he was like, "Well, I have enough of that." He don't care. He just wanted to bag something.
I don't know what his end goal was.
But the way he was gripping her neck when he was kissing her and like, oh, I'm gonna kiss you again. Like,
one minute he's telling Brittany, "I effing love you. Just wait for me." Then he's telling
Hannah
the same. I'm just like, you cannot feel this way. You cannot feel this way over someone you've met.
Like, he threw a temper tantrum. It was crazy. Like, you're gonna tell me that you picked him? Is that what you're telling me? Then he was like, she was like, I loved hearing that you loved me. And he was like, yeah, I like telling you that too. And it's just like, what? This dude's bipolar. He said that to the men, but to her, he kept saying he didn't want a girl that only wanted his money. I don't think he has money. I honestly don't think he's as rich as he says he is. I think we're gonna find that out probably on the reunion.
Because most, in my opinion, people who are truly wealthy don't lead with that.
Like, he could have just said, he could have said I'm well off or something like that, but it just seemed like he was trying too hard to say that. He was mad that he didn't have a chance to tell Hannah no. Yeah, I think he wanted to be the guy that broke someone's heart and they were pining for him, like wanting to be with him. But it happened to him and he didn't know how to take that rejection because he's used to being the rich guy who gets what he wants. But after seeing
the way he was acting over Brittany, I don't think he gets any ladies until he says, I got money.
Until they see him pull up in a car or something.
He literally made my skin.
But honestly, Leo, you would have been real disappointed after seeing her in that swimsuit. But we'll talk about Hannah's swimsuit. because the cameraman was trying to give her a little bump back there, boy. He was trying. And
Can we talk about Marissa?
Let's talk about Monica first. Monica was the most desperate, I think, out of all of them.
She was what?
I feel like she was one of the most desperate.
And then the way it came crashing down.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those that do not know, Monica is she half black, half white?
I don't know. She's pretty.
I thought she was
very pretty.
Black. She's pretty, but man, that weave was awful.
I wouldn't know.
You cannot be in DC. The amount of you cannot be in DC.
The amount of hairdressers.
There's absolutely no reason. There's absolutely no reason. Anyway, Steven
was a freak.
Anyway, when Steven revealed that, when he figured out that she was black, and he says, "Well, I found out that my dad's 3/4 Nigerian."
That was weird. I was like,
and really? then she says what she is, and he said, "Oh, you're a mutt." She's like, "Yeah, I'm a mutt." When I tell you, I could have punched both of them in their jaw.
Yeah.
That was the most uncomfortable thing I've experienced in a long time. Like the fact that she agreed made me so sad.
That's something we only say about dogs.
Chose him.
That's something we only say about dogs, man.
Right, and then she chose him and was really into that man.
Lula said, "I thought that was her real hair. Was it not?" I'm shocked.
Lula. Maybe I'm just like a hairologist at this point, but you can tell because it was like the leave out was leaving out. I mean,
it had left. It had completely left.
It was a very bad weave. She needed like 2 more packs.
But yeah, she seemed very desperate, like she was just trying to get something. But he was a super freak out here.
Do you think he fetishized black women?
Yes.
Like I think when he realized like she was actually like a brown skinned black woman, like.
But see, that's a lot of things. Like I have nothing against interracial relationships and things like that. But you got to be very careful.
That was a weave. I'm sorry.
She said, "I don't need to see a picture again." Dang. Yeah, no, but you got to be very careful because some of these men just want the experience. They don't want you. They just want to be able to say they did it. And I think and once he had it, and then she said she wouldn't do some of that other stuff, he was like, "Let me go back to my free joint."
He was saying
that boy getting pegged. That's what he was talking about.
So my thing is, do you think he came on the show because he do you think he just, why did he come on the show?
Fun. I think he wanted the fun. He just wanted to have some fun.
But he was so obsessed with her. He was just like, I love you.
You are too. When you it's like when you find, your favorite little candy and you like, "Oh, that's my candy. Oh, I love this candy. I love it." And then you have enough of it and you're like, all right, I'm done.
Because I know where he was like, I don't know.
Yeah. And then he don't know. It's because it's like, I don't want to marry you. Like, I don't want to be
like, I could never bring your black ass
to my 0.25% African family.
But what I was getting was the father was not in his life at all, right? Because he was like, my grandmother always told us we were Italian.
Yeah. But that don't mean the father wasn't in the life. That just means like.
But then he just kept like talking about black things. I'm like, why do y'all?
Because he was trying to get confirmation that she was black. He was fishing to see, is she gonna admit to being black? That way I can be like, yes, I'm gonna get.
That's what he was trying to do. Outside of Ashley, I knew Monica and Marissa ain't have no black friends. I could tell from jump they had -3 black friends. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I sensed it.
But yeah, and that man left. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna head on out now."
He literally was just like,
he said, "I'm sorry.
I did want to marry you, but
if I can't get a freak out of you, I'm just gonna."
Well, you know what made me mad? What's the girl's name? From San Diego. She was boring too.
Oh, Taylor.
So she comes in, is trying to be a good friend.
Her dress was ugly for her wedding too. That dress was ugly. Her mama sucks.
Don't say that.
No, I think her mom sucks. Her mom didn't want her to look as pretty as she was in that first. Like,
that's a thing that we need to talk about.
Mothers get jealous.
The parents were wildly like
Marissa's mom needs therapy.
But what she does, but
she wasn't wrong. She wasn't.
Because at first I was like, "Oh, girl, you out of pocket."
Yeah.
But anyway,
she-
back to Taylor. So when Taylor was like trying to comfort, and maybe this is just how I am. There's no way that I'm gonna find out that my friend's fiance, even if it's a fiance of 3 days, does that, and I'm just gonna cry with her. Y'all gonna have to. It's giving Solange in the elevator because I'm trying to beat his. No, no,
I think
she was not giving homegirl.
no.
We ain't crying together. Hold on.
So let's talk about who I believe is the true villain. There's 2 villains of this season for me. Hannah is the number 2 villain, but number 1 is Ramses.
I know. I
And my
really
thing
was
was-
rooting for him.
Why? I said it from the
So-
jump, and I'm gonna say this now. And when it come out, I want my check. And this is not to disparage any community or anything like that. Ramses is gay or bi, one of the 2.
Well, I feel like he kind of alluded to that.
Ramses' first marriage ended because of that. That's why that marriage ended. And he ain't saying it. And I think old homeboy he bought to the suit thing or was trying to bring up in there. That's him. That the way that man was
You
looking
think
at
that
him,
he's
that's,
struggling with his sexuality.
I believe so. And I believe he's trying to force himself to be able, because there ain't no way.
I thought so too, but I also just be wondering, like, I thought most Black women, granted, Marissa ain't black in my opinion. I'm just saying. I thought most Black women had gaydars. Because when I saw him, I was like,
Gay.
but no, it
And
wasn't
in a
even
bad way. It's just the way he was
'cause I
dressed.
love the way he dresses. Like,
Oh.
it wasn't even, I like the way he dresses. I don't like his hair and the 2 things.
That
but I
little
did
2
like-
rat tails, I wanted to chop them things.
It made me really
off.
mad. She should have cut them off. She was
When
not.
he was in
That's my
the
thing. You gotta cry later. Be vengeful now.
when he was in the bathroom looking at his
Ramses
eyelashes.
is definitely open minded.
No, so
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
he was in the mirror looking at his eyelashes while she was just like chilling and not doing nothing.
Her
I was
watch
like,
and go was pissing me off. Go on.
her what?
Her watch and go was pissing
Oh
me
yeah.
off. Cause pick it out, girl.
Yeah,
Pick
let it fluff
out.
a little bit. But yeah, he was looking at his eye. I was like, no guy just does that. No guy. And so there was 4 separate times I saw Ramses try to get out of this relationship.
Number one.
Number 1, military. The military conversation was some BS. Completely.
You think so? That's when I
Yes.
felt like I understood what he was saying,
No.
but I also just felt like
No.
he aligns
She
with
said
what you're
that-
saying.
And she said that in the pods. So if that was a no-go, you would have dumped her in the pods.
I just didn't like the way her friends came at him.
Oh yeah.
But I also just
Well, because they probably saw it in him. They saw it.
but again, this was before.
So number 1 is the military conversation. And second of all, people, that's another thing I want to say. Not everybody joins the military because they're just some super patriots. Stop
Yeah.
thinking that. There are so many reasons people
He
join.
said, "I'm from Venezuela."
I'm from Venezuela and some
I
bad
thought
stuff
he
happened.
was from
Like,
East
bro,
Africa or something.
yeah,
like that.
yeah, like come on.
It was literally watching. Girl, I was so pissed off. Go on.
Oh yeah,
she
and she
framed
was
it to
begging.
look
She was
worse.
begging. But that one, then the one about not having it's the sex with the condom thing.
Okay, that really actually pissed
If
me.
that wasn't a red flag for her, I was like, you literally gonna let this man tell you this?
Again, and that's what I'm just thinking. Like, are y'all not girls?
Man, I was like, you gonna really you supposed to love this girl and you don't care enough about her.
But that's why I feel on these shows, specifically this season, the men had an upper hand because these women
We're
from
so
jump
desperate.
were so desperate. It was easy for them.
Yeah.
And as soon as they got into it, they were like, oh, wait, they're actually like desperate for real.
No, he's not from over here in East Africa. Don't put us in that
Oh,
group.
no, I'm so happy he's not because what an embarrassment.
Marissa wanted love so bad she ignored all the red flags. She should have got with Bodon. Bodon seemed to actually be a
He
decent
wasn't
dude.
gay too?
No, he wasn't. Y'all have terrible gaydars. I'm starting to realize a
Marissa
lot of
just
women have
made me mad
terrible
because-
gaydars.
And that's the thing. Marissa, again, I say this because I know people might be watching. I say this out of respect.
Mhm.
Marissa is the type of black girl that like just go and be with a white man, sis. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
Just go ahead. Okay.
So those were the first 2 times. So the first time was the military thing. Second time was the not want to wear a condom thing. Third time was she's physically unwell, and you're worried about sexual relations.
And he
If it's gonna
basically
be
was
like
like,
this
it's
all the
okay
time,
this
yeah, this
time.
time, but is it gonna be like this all the time?
That's a huge red flag for me. If you
Yeah.
cannot understand that at your big age, but I actually was really happy that the world was able to see that, because unfortunately there are a lot of people who are like, just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean you can't pleasure me physically. Sir,
Yeah.
you have a hand and I bet you got some good lotion.
Jergens Super Glow. It comes in different shades now to match your.
Please.
I'm just saying, if you give recommendations at the end of the show, why can't I give?
And girl, even if it's
But,
more than once a month, she said not only was she on her period, she wasn't
Yeah.
she was sick.
Yeah.
And she's like, me being sick.
But he was
enough?
trying to find. So my thing was to cover himself. He was trying to make her break up with him.
I agree.
And he
with that.
said all of these things to try to get her, because when she was like, you know, my military service is something that I'm just not going to not be proud of. He was hoping that, yes, she's going to leave me, experience over, and I can say it wasn't me. I was
can see
down.
that.
Like, and she just would not do it.
But that's what I'm
And
saying.
then-
I think that they realize, oh man, they're really desperate. Like in her mind, she thinks till death do us part now.
Yeah. And then the fourth time was, of course, the end where he's like, oh, I talked to some people about my last marriage ain't got
my
nothing.
cousin.
Yeah. Who's not married, but your last marriage has nothing to do with this.
My ex-wife
was hurting.
First of all, I would have clocked you in your jaw. That ain't got nothing
Exactly.
to do with right now.
That has
not
nothing to
ghetto
do
enough.
with
That's the
she's
problem.
still hurting from this, and I don't know. Like,
So did you talk to her? Like, what are you talking about?
yeah.
Did
So I'm
you
like,
mention that he was married before? Did I miss that?
yeah, no, he mentioned that in the pods that he had been married.
I must have
He
missed
had
that.
mentioned it, but everything in me was screaming, this dude is gay. And he's on this show. So for one, a bunch of people can see him and say, oh, well, he's not gay. He's trying to date a woman. I think he's bi at most. Probably he's bi. But it's like, bro, like none of this is a game. And you could tell Sis was hurt. And what really made me mad was her being on that floor. I'm like, are you sure?
She was trying. Like, I gotta be honest. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. I've been in her shoes. I don't know if it's like a hormonal thing. I mean, granted, the person I'm talking about, I was with them for years, not 2 weeks, but it was really hard watching her be on the floor crying, because I would have been like, all right, Negro, bye. I'm famous now. I've been on the show. Let me go find me a real man. That's what they didn't use. Y'all are famous now. You could have any man you want. You in DC. It's a hot city. Like, go and find you something, girl.
And the thing is, she's not ugly. Monica. Well, now let me tell you about Monica though. Monica's got a touch of the. Monica
her mouth stressed me out.
What?
Her mouth made me think of like Hercules.
What?
It was just real strong.
Monica had a little crazy in her.
A little?
And it was starting to come out a little bit when she had that little attitude at the table, like about nothing.
Can we talk about that? Because
and then they made up the situation sound worse than what actually happened. I was like, what?
When she got mad at Steven for not standing with her during the fireworks,
yeah.
She was like legit mad. And then she got mad at him when they had just gotten back from Cabo and was like, you said you were going to buy me flowers every day and you haven't bought me any. I was like, baby girl, calm down.
That was crazy.
Like, do y'all even have access to go to the store? I'm so confused.
Lula, you think she got a strong jaw too?
She absolutely did. Thank you.
Kira said Marissa is pretty and her body is bomb. But I feel like Marissa wears natural deodorant, and I don't think
Marissa's body in that red dress, that thigh coming out, I was so mad her hair looked like that. I was so mad her hair like.
I just feel like
thigh coming out of the red dress. I was like,
it's just something about her to me that screams natural deodorant.
No, I think she's clean. I think she's one of
I didn't say she's not clean. I just feel like she'd get musty quick.
But I think she's one of those black girls that, number one, I would have never known her mom was that.
Yeah.
I think she's very confused.
Yeah. Or her mom.
Her mom wasn't wrong, but her mom
is hurt.
You need to get some therapy.
Her mom needs therapy bad because she's gonna visit that hurt on all her kids and not allow them to be happy.
If my mother ever told me like your marriage isn't gonna last, love doesn't last.
No, she just I'm just saying, she does look like she wear that natural deodorant without no aluminum in it, so she be funky in 2 hours. Like that's just what she gives off to be. But well,
But
especially
it
with
was
the
so
hair, the
interesting to me
same
because
every
her
time.
sister, who was much lighter than her, had a great twist out. I was so
Marissa's the low maintenance. She's a scientist though, so she's like not where a lot of people who into that. They're like
everything was cute about her except her hair. All she had to do was just take a pic. That's it. It don't take but 4 minutes.
Her mom. I just think she dates white men.
Yeah, her mom is a wild.
Her mom is
even
a hater.
though she wasn't incorrect.
Yeah,
her mother is one of the most toxic.
And that's what I said. She's living the life.
Like, ma'am, your husband left you, or you left him 30 years ago.
Marissa is living the life her mom wished she was living, and that's the issue. So no, I just was a little disappointed in the way her mom was very just not supportive.
Wild, because before we realized Ramses was trash, I would have been like, you just muted yourself.
I know. I was talking to Regal.
Oh,
he needed to look like that. Yeah, but yeah, no. Yeah,
that's the comment right there.
What is that? Marissa is living the life her mother was you. And it's the thing. She's like, well, I was married in my marriage. You're never gonna be married forever. It's gonna be a few years and then you're gonna move on. No, that's what happened to you, sweetie.
Yeah, do you know how many people are married?
Yeah,
many people are married till like literally the day they die. What are you
talking We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna save them from the end, Lula, because we gotta go to
Tyler. Ooh,
we gotta go to Nick, Hannah, and Nick. Hannah's a bully, and I can't stand bullies. Nick is immature, does need to grow up, needs to move out, get on his own, and feed his dog. But with that being said, that don't give you the right to try to be mean to someone in order to get them to be who you want them to be.
I made you the man you. Ooh.
You know what? I would walk clean out that room if a woman ever said some stuff like that to me. Never will you ever turn me into a man or know how to do so. And that little amount of time that you did. Now, are you supposed to
for you to say yes to?
Aren't you supposed to help somebody grow in a relationship? Yes. I'm supposed to teach you. You're supposed to teach me. We're supposed to grow together in love and in a relationship. But what she was doing is just, I'm going to badmouth you until you do better. And she got mad. The reason she was mad was not at that table when Nick and Katie reunited and had that conversation was not because of the flirting and whatnot. I think.
But can we at least say he was?
Yeah, but what you expect to happen when you talk to a man like that, and that's what I said before the show. Women have no idea how strong their tongue is in the mind of a man. What you say to the person that you say you love has great impact, whether it's something sweet or if it is something terrible. And when it is something terrible, and you say that to a man, it weighs on a man. And this woman, Katie.
But here,
this woman, Katie, finally came and she did tell him, Nick, the stuff he did wrong. She was like, you lead with that bravado, that fake bravado. You need to stop that. It's immature. But I think you're a good person. And I think you're good. And that is something that Hannah never said to him. So do you think that he wouldn't want to stay in that conversation with her and enjoy that flirting from somebody?
But that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there still has to be a level of maturity on his end where it's like, I don't have. One thing people have to understand, and this is what the show really pisses me off. This is where it pisses me off. I feel like
somebody needs to
that
tell
show
Hannah.
Promotes like when you're trying to pursue someone and get married, you just have to deal with this. And no, you don't. You don't have to deal with anything you don't want to deal with. Like, yes, relationships are, you have to find balance sometimes, but you can also have your boundaries. He didn't have to tolerate her talking to him like that and could have ended it from jump. But like I told you earlier, I'm wondering if that was the first time he's really had someone speak to him like that. Because even something she said, I was like, girl, you need to calm down.
Like, I feel like she thinks she's a lot more mature than she is. Just because she lives by herself, she thinks that she's mature because she was forced, like you said earlier, to be out there. But at the same time,
and I relate to that. And I related to her because I'm not going to say that I was mean to people that I dated, but I also did have in my mind, because I had worked so hard by myself and I felt deserted. It was hard for me to connect with men who were not really like.
And I felt the same. I had to get out on my own too. But my thing is, I can't judge other people for. I can't decide to date you and try to
deal with you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I can't choose to be with you and then try to say, oh, you shouldn't be this person. Like, no, this is the person I chose to accept. I got to accept you and I can help you grow now. But I can like
Even her mama
imagine
was
if a
like, "You're
man was to say,
mean."
I turned you from a girl into a woman. Like imagine that. So I just feel like Hannah thinks she's mature, and she may be financially mature. She may be, have a lot of discipline.
But she was unemployed.
Yeah, but emotionally, she is not mature. And the worst part about it is her family knows she's mean. Her mama and her daddy were just like, oh gosh, that's mean. The way you talk about him, that's terrible. Lula says she just thought she was better than him, and she didn't really want him. She was settling for him. She didn't want him since the reveal.
Thank you. That's what I felt too. Literally, she didn't want him the second.
No emotional maturity. Yep, that's what I was saying. No emotional maturity. She felt he lied about how he looked. He set the tone of saying she looked like these fine celebrity football players. So once she saw it, she felt duped. So she was the better, and she was better. She was mean.
He didn't lie. I think
he never lied.
Does look like a kicker.
He looks like the kicker he is.
If you know sports,
and they are athletes,
looks like an NFL kicker,
and they're athletes.
Yeah, so they're not the tallest. They're not the most.
But Hannah out here lying, talking about she dated the high school quarter. Maybe in West Virginia. Okay, maybe in West Virginia.
I really wish they wouldn't have picked her. She's not from DC,
and she can't dress.
Care if you live there.
She can't dress for anything. And them hairstyles. Oh my god!
She went to the ugliest section in Ross.
Them white boots that she kept putting with everything.
That's why I was like, Nick does when she would talk about how he dresses. I'm like, he dresses nice.
Yeah, he just dresses fine, like a regular dude.
You walking around with these overall dress and a bikini when everybody else got on clothes.
And then she got out in that bathing suit. He's like, oh yeah, I'm ready to see this. And
in all honesty,
pasty.
Now that I say it, I wonder, do we really think that she thought she was better than him, or does she realize, like, man, I really don't look that good?
And I think she honestly thinks she's like a 10 out of 10. And there's nothing wrong with being confident. I love
in Washington, D.C.?
Not at all. In West Virginia.
Yes, she's definitely a 10 out of 10 in West Virginia.
Hannah is how women treat men they don't like, just for no reason. But what pissed me off is every time she would say something mean, she was like, because I love you, Nick.
Yeah, you have to understand that, like, that's how people treat people I love. No, you don't.
No, you don't treat people you love like that. And that's another topic too, because it's like I was talking about this earlier today, and I used to subscribe to it, but like as I've grown and matured, like I don't. There's no such thing as brutal honesty, man. If you're talking to somebody that you love. There's no reason that if I love you,
be brutal, but you don't have to make it brutal.
Yes. Like you don't have to say something. Yeah.
Brutal, but you don't have to
the topic, but the honesty doesn't need to be brutal. If I am talking to you and I love you and I'm trying to bring some truth your way, I'm going to say it in a way that protects your dignity as a person because I care about you. And what I'm saying is something that needs to be said.
That's the thing.
She's saying that, oh, I'm just a brutally honest person. No, you're mean.
No, you're a bitch.
Yeah. That is the problem. That is the problem. And she's never going to find a man that's going to deal with that mouth. Ever.
Oh, well, there's definitely someone.
I mean, not a man that cares about himself. Because I would never let somebody talk to me like that. I would never.
Maybe someone in West Virginia.
No, them country boys, they ain't let no woman talk to them like that. Up in the hills,
dating everyone. Okay, remember she.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna find out at the reunion.
Do we have time to talk about Tyler and Ashley?
We sure do.
Ashley talking about her intuition be right, baby. You wasn't right about nothing, and you.
All I'm gonna say about Tyler is I was right from the jump about him.
Why did everyone think something's wrong with him?
He said the key words. Women, let me tell y'all be missing it when it comes to men. If a man ever says that line, the line I'm about to say that he said in the pods, you know he owns some mess. He said, and Marcus quotes, I want us to be in a relationship where it doesn't matter what anybody says about either of us. We gonna be good. Like, you're gonna hear some things about me, and I might hear some things about you. And Ashley said it. She was like, oh no, you're not gonna hear nothing about me. We're gonna be good. Like, what you talking about? If a man says that to you, you're gonna hear something about him. You're gonna hear something about him.
Was anyone expecting? Because do you know the full situation that he's in?
Oh yeah, this man got a whole family that look just like him.
With 2 lesbians. The first child was sperm donor. The next 2 kids were not donations. They were like
he put it in there.
him and this lesbian
Yeah.
had relations.
Yeah.
And apparently he hasn't seen these kids in over a year.
And he got Christmas photos in pajamas.
Why did you come on the show? That is my question. Why did you come on the show? Because now you don't put so much information about innocent people. Apparently, the baby mama on the internet telling everything.
When you don't,
is it like baby mama or would it be? Sorry.
Oh no, Kiera said that when you don't like somebody, everything they do annoys you. That's what happened to Hannah. No, I just thought I think Hannah just thought she was gonna get a hunk of a man, and then when it didn't happen, then everything annoyed her. If he had to look different and been like 6'5", 6'4", something, nothing that he would have done would have annoyed Hannah.
Yes, but I still think she would have been mean. I think that
she's a mean person.
Mean, and she thinks that like it's funny.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting kids. I was expecting maybe a secret girlfriend or something, not a whole family.
So I gotta be honest. This might sound racist, but I'm really this would sound colorist. I don't trust light-skinned men. Okay.
Oh, Anthony. Where's Anthony? Tell Anthony that you said that.
The second I saw him, I was like, he looked like he a liar, but I didn't think he seemed okay. The whole writing down a prayer, he just seemed very corny, like corny to a level that like it turned me off. I didn't think he was attractive.
It felt like to me he was saying what he knew girls want to hear.
Yes, it was very much.
Y'all were out here falling for it. I'm like, this man is about to be dirty, and I was like, the minute I heard him say the line that I said, I was like, he got something going on. Like, and
he also knew which person he could skip them out,
and he started crying and the emotionalness,
the gaslighting. You didn't cry. You're gonna
bruh. Men like Tyler are dangerous. The ability to lie in your face with a straight face.
And then have the audacity to say, "Can I have another chance?"
And that's why he was That's why
Gorilla say.
First of all, a lot of people have a problem with Ashley saying, okay, I accept that you have 3 kids and I'm moving on. What my problem is, why did she accept the fact that this man basically lied on his children in the first place? Because he was talking about, oh yeah, when we have kids, how many do you want to have? Like, oh, our first one, as long as our first one, it wouldn't be y'all's first one.
I'm going to tell you why, because I know someone personally who was in this exact situation.
Oh, I do too.
He married a man who, right before they got married, he revealed to her that he had 4 children between the ages of 20-something and 4.
Yeah.
And he has nothing to do with majority of them. But in her mind, the kids are the problem, not him. There are people, in this instance, women, who are so wildly desperate and have been brainwashed to believe you need to hurry up and get married. They'll accept anything.
Kier, man, when she asked if his kids knew what he looked like, and he said, I don't think so. Bro, they look like you.
The second he told me that, it would have been a wrap.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Out of my face.
And Lula said, and the fact that he kept bringing up kids is wild.
Talking about you gonna let me name them.
Right. She never acknowledged it. They literally kept talking about the name. Yeah. And the thing was that he was talking about our first one. If you have kids, these are not your first kids. This is just the set that we will have. Like, you can't.
Anyone who can lie about their children, there's something really disgusting about
disgusted about them.
A child is a blessing,
imagine
no
having
matter
a kid.
how they got here. Yeah.
I can imagine saying that a kid is not.
And my friend said she was like, the kids are apparently young, but they could get older and see this like, Dad.
Yeah.
Because clearly you had some type of relationship with
I knew, and then I was hoping that at the wedding that he was going to be honest and be like, nah, because he was having some problems because he knew this was going to come out.
I couldn't believe she said I do. Like, in my opinion, I'm sorry, Ashley's the problem. He showed you exactly who he was.
But he's cute.
He's not cute at all. He said I got
when I'm hearing all the ladies think he's not.
Do y'all think that man's attractive? That man's not attractive. He was giving con artists like
he runs around with Drake, obviously.
Him in those polos was stressing me out. Like, sir, do you dress any other type of way?
The only polo that stressed me out was Tim.
That green one?
That green knitted polo that man was wearing.
Bad.
And while we got before we end, I just want to talk about Tim and brothers, you don't got to put up with these funky women. Not all women are the prize. I'm just gonna say that right now. This
Alex
woman
really
house
shocked
looked
me.
like it smelled like used tissues. She had the nerve to say all this stuff she wanted in a man and walk up in her house and it looked like a dang on hurricane rolled through there.
I used to watch Hoarders faithfully. That was me and Trevor's jam. She needs a mental evaluation immediately. How do you live like that? How does anybody live like that?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Kier said, but why his family and friends act like they didn't know about his kids?
That's
Y'all gonna
another
start making
thing.
babies
Because my
immediately,
thing
huh?
is, if your people can't hold you accountable, I don't want to be around them either.
But no, but like going back to so Tim with her. First of all, I think when she saw him, she was unattracted to him the minute she saw him.
Because he was short. Isn't he shorter than
He's
her?
he's not short, but I think they're like the same height.
He's
And
younger.
she's a bigger girl, like, and that's fine. Like, but she is the rudest thing and just a brat, man. And the fact that when they got in that argument in Cabo and they said she put her hand over his mouth,
Yeah.
bruh, when do you say enough is enough about your dignity that you decide to leave? Because ain't no way that's
Do
happening.
you think she manipulated him?
Absolutely.
Because when he came back and he was ready to end it. Granted,
but I think he's at a point in his life
work
too.
through things, and I think he really wanted to work through it. But it was like
He needs
after that,
therapy.
it was just spiraling.
He needs therapy too, though. And the reason I say this is I think he has a lot riding on his shoulders that he's putting on himself.
Mhm.
Okay, my parents lost both their daughters. I'm the only child.
Mhm.
They want grandchildren. I'm the only way they're gonna get that. I gotta find a wife that meets these criteria. And I think he was putting way too much stress on himself.
I think every single person had trauma and needed therapy before they even thought about getting a relationship.
Yeah. Definitely. She's talking about when she was coming on the show. She was too busy.
Every single room had mountains of clothes. I don't even know why you have that much.
She's a spoiled brat. But anyway, so yeah, that situation. But she literally showed this man on so many different levels how she disrespected him. And the fact is, if you don't know a man is a good man,
yeah.
First of all, let him buy the stupid hat on the beach. There was nothing wrong with that hat.
It's really ugly, but yeah, let him buy it. Let him be happy.
Let your man be happy. That's why I say, fellas, stop putting up with women. Don't want you to be happy.
The hat was so ugly, but you know what? If you like it, I love it.
Exactly. Don't take any pictures with me next to you. Like, that's fine. But no, but if a man makes your daddy cry like that, your dad probably know you a headache. And he happy that someone's about to take you off his hands. You know he a good man.
They had so much in common. How they both were born in England. It was really cute.
Yeah,
and
Tim, Tim was a little rough around. He had some things about him I didn't like. I feel like he was a little too rigid sometimes in his way of thinking. But when your house looked like that, you got no right to say the stuff that you were saying.
Why would you even invite? First of all, why would you have that on national television? I don't want y'all to ever think I'm a dirty person.
She raggedy. She a ragamuffin. That's what she is. She's a ragamuffin.
Marcus.
And I've never knew what that word meant until I saw that house.
But she's so pretty in the face.
She wasn't even.
I
didn't think that ugly brown thing she wore to that dinner. That thing was ugly. Up there looking like a daggone Hershey kiss. I said no. That thing was ugly. But anyway, then a week before y'all supposed to get married, you decided to go to sleep when his parents are there. Yeah. The first time you meeting them, the only time before the wedding.
But she said she had talked to them for 4 hours. Was that on the phone?
Even if you talk to them for 4 hours, you about to go 40 years with this individual. You can spare some time. Like, if you really think you want to marry somebody and care about them, you spare some time. I agree with that Tim wanted Alex to fit in with his family, and once she didn't, he was over that. And my thing is, was he dating for the approval of his family, or was he dating because he really liked her? I think Tim just has that pressure that he has to get something done.
Yeah, I also think that even if she wasn't like that, in his mind, anyone, if they had put a nasty taste in his mouth for a second, it's like it's over. I think he's the type of person that he just can't handle things.
Yeah.
And like you said, he needs some
therapy. Yeah. He needs to work through the loss of his siblings. Yeah. And the fact
he also
that
needs to put some sunscreen on his lips.
She is pretty, but I can't unsee the house. Yeah, that house, man. And you know what the worst part is?
How do you sleep? deep.
The worst part is every man I know has had a situation like that.
Really?
Yes. I have. All of my boys have. Like, have gone in with a girl. Oh, she fine. And then don't invite me back to don't invite me back there. This is not normal. Like, don't invite me back. I'd rather not know. And then you got the nerve to think. And then you got the nerve to think that I'm about to put my mouth on you.
Oh my God.
If I don't know what's under the flow, I don't know what's under there. I don't know.
No, yeah, I couldn't.
If you don't clean this, that don't.
Bags, I'm trying. Sis, you had 45 trash bags.
Trash bags. You got a dresser. Use it. Donate some of this stuff.
Yeah, she just had.
Now, Tim looks like he shops at Goodwill all the time.
I mean, I did agree with her saying she hates the way I hate the way he dressed.
I do too. It was bad. But that's something you can fix. I know every lady probably in this chat has dealt with a man who they loved him, but he sucked at dressing. And y'all be helping with that. And that's why we love y'all. But do not invite me to your crib. And your house looks like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Her house was a reflection of her life and her mental state.
Ooh, Kier, snaps for you. Snaps for you. Kier coming with these lines today. You must have got off work early today. You got the time. She said a chaotic house is indicative of a chaotic life. And I've always said that. My thing is, if you look at the inside of a person's car, you can probably tell what the inside of their house looks like. Yeah. But I just hey, in all fairness, she was with them all day. They traveled 10 hours, so I'm assuming they stayed the night.
That's what I was saying. Wasn't she apparently with them for... I kind of understood what she was saying, but I felt like...
But there was way too many chances she got.
Right. I also felt like neither of them were really willing to understand. Like, he could have understood, okay, she's been with them all day. So yeah, I could see why she's tired. But she could have also understood, like, it was big for me to meet them, especially in the way they were about to get married and stuff. Like, I understand why he feels neither of them were willing to just align and even try to meet halfway. And that was unfair. But because of the first situation where she called him out of his name, she put her hands on him. I understand him immediately being like, girl.
That brother said, I'm done with this. There's no way I can see you.
There's no way I can see you.
Envision you being my wife. And with that being said, I don't ever want to see you again. And then he forgot he left his keys on that table because he walked all the way back to the room. And that made it.
You're not gonna put your hand on my
and the thing is,
silence me.
What I will say about this situation, while it is comical and while it is,
my dog just came in here, scared the mess. I thought it was Zaire. Girl, what are you doing?
While it is comical, while it is sad, it was refreshing to see a man stand up for himself.
It was.
Because we got Nick being bullied all over the place. And then we got this man.
And Tim wasn't rude.
No.
He didn't.
He step by step walked through the whole situation.
This is how I feel. And every time she interrupted, he was like, are you going to let me speak? Like,
she was like, you're not going to change your mind and help me with these bags? And he's like, no, I'm out. So we got the reunion coming up. On Wednesday. So y'all make sure y'all watch because we definitely will be talking about that on the next show. Before we leave, any wild theory? You got any wild theory about next week?
Well, apparently everyone's broken up. I found that out on TikTok. No one is together. My theory is that one day Nick Lachey and his wife will be sued by a lot of people for emotional. They
probably have that in the clause though when they sign.
Yeah, but the whole experiment to me at this point, we're on season 8. Please.
Yes, he never recovered from her calling him something crazy. Yeah, I wonder what she did call him.
That's what they're gonna. I'm ready to see the text messages that Steven was sending. I want to know more about that.
She called him a jigaboo. I bet she called him a jigaboo.
Also, you know what we didn't talk about? Taylor and what's his name?
Garrett.
When she got mad about him, her crying. Listen.
Oh my gosh.
And what's crazy is he handled it exactly how she would have wanted it. He said, I should have came to you in the first place. I'm sorry.
Well, I
Send
think
me-"
it was more so the lie the second time, though.
No, I understand that, but it was just like, I don't know. I just couldn't deal with the tears. Like,
He should have kept
girl.
that shit to himself.
Yeah. And that's another thing. You have to understand, like,
But he got around his boy, had a little something in him, and then he was like, dang. Like, he
but also,
just
what
starts-
do you expect? Y'all have only known each other for 3 hours.
Yeah. I want Nick and Vanessa to ask the right questions. They never asked anybody.
Because
what
they need to
anybody-
get a black host. They need to
Yeah.
get a black female.
Oh, what's
host.
that gay dude with the silver hair that be doing
Oh, what's
the
his face? Andy.
Cohen and Andy Cohen?
He
What's his
would
name?
be good too.
Get him. Get Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper be asking the right questions.
Let him have a little bit of alcohol. later
Mhm.
first.
He'll get
That's what I
loose.
need.
Get Don Lemon. He ain't doing nothing.
Well, Don out here in DC, making Trump supporters look stupid. I love it.
Oh, good for him.
It's been good.
Yeah, they be killing us with the boring questions and boring updates on their
like
lives.
so much has happened. Like y'all bringing Brittany and Leo back, so y'all better be asking them real questions.
Nick and Vanessa focus on they focus on not getting sued. That's
I
probably
don't
what
even
they
think
focus
they're
on.
in love for real.
No.
I think that's why they have this experiment. I think they just like
We're gonna
sit
ruin
there
other
and
people's
like they probably
lives.
just be staring at people like on cameras and stuff. They're sick.
Yeah, but yeah. So reunion on Wednesday. Everybody watch and meet us back here next week. We're not gonna get to that other topic, but we yeah, we're not gonna
What
get
was
to
the
that.
other topic?
The Shaquille
Shaq.
O'Neal. Yeah, we'll
Shaq is trifling. He needs to get his ass beat. He was talking to Angela Love real crazy.
Yeah.
Angel, sorry. Real crazy.
Shaq is the reason why a lot that action. If you don't know what he did, Angel Reese was on his podcast with him, and he basically said that if she would do some dunks with those booty shorts she had on at an event, that they would.
Wow,
raise a lot of
now
money.
that's how they dress.
Yeah. So men being stupid. But anyway, with that being said, tell us about this bomb.
Well, then him because we've been talking. This is a Black-owned company. It is called Edom. I actually have a reel coming out. They sent me all of their lip balms. And they are very much people, women of color, whoever of color friendly. There are 5 different ones, and they make your lips feel really, really good. They have really good ingredients in them. And yeah. So yeah. Edom,
And
Eadem.
to make sure that you guys are, following her, so you can see that reel. If you look under her name, there's her
Look at
ad
Marcus.
right there. Look at that. We're getting fancy over here. So you can follow her at the Skin Queen _ Don't forget the underscore, because it's hard to see the underscore sometimes with the lines that be going through. So make sure you put the underscore. She said, send me a link, please. Go ahead and follow
I
her, because she's
will.
gonna have the reel tomorrow. So yeah.
Am I posting it tomorrow? I can post it tomorrow.
But look at me forcing your timelines. And then if you guys want to follow me, there's mine over there too. I don't do nothing fancy though. But if you want to see all my hotel,
Marcus, I was gonna say
follow Marcus in the Man Cave, because I have a lot of them saved too that I never posted.
post them.
So I have a lot of hotel reels and stuff like that.
Post them.
That
Where's
I
the
may
next place
post.
you're going?
Next place I'm going to bed.
Amen.
So that's gonna happen, for a walk with Regal and then to bed. That's where we're
Amen.
going next. But no, I don't know where I'm going next. Also, update on the finger thing. It's maybe just broken. So we just need to go. Long story, but yeah, a doctor on
From
my
you
flight
just
actually saw my finger and he's like, let me see it. And he was like, I don't think that's mallet finger. I think you just had a broken finger and they just didn't look at it well enough. So I'll be getting x-rays and keep y'all updated on that. So if that happens, I won't be flying for a while. But yeah, prayers for finger. With that being said, last thing I'm going to say, vote, y'all. Today I voted, and I will say, first, my dad was born in 1937. So the first time he tried to vote in 55, I want to say, he was turned away, basically. Couldn't vote. There were lynch mobs out there. My dad was born in the South. KKK was prevalent, and he, for his safety, couldn't do it. My dad's dad only voted, I think, twice in his life, because back then you had to pay the poll tax, and it was $2 or more. And I think you posted something with that on it too on your page. But like, he literally would talk about, like, my dad had to decide if he was going to buy food for the family or he was going to go vote.
You believe people couldn't afford $2?
So when people tell me that I'm not voting and stuff, it's really disrespectful to the people that got hit with fire hoses and got dogs sick on them, just so you could take time out of your day to do it. And all these states, they're doing it early. Missouri has curbside voting. Well, they will bring your ballot to you, so you don't even have to get the kids.
Down here, they've had food,
Yeah.
things for your kids to go play while you're trying. They really are doing it up.
And I felt like I was making excuses, like, oh, I'm not gonna let me do it. And then I found out my polling place was 600 feet away from me, at the actual Board of Electors building for the city. And how dare I not walk to do that?
Can I say one thing to piggyback? Please check if you have not. My friend was like, a lot of people somehow became unregistered.
Mm-hmm.
I was unregistered. It was crazy. So please make sure you check.
Definitely
I don't know how this has been happening, but
especially like North Carolina, Missouri, it happened. A lot of people think, oh, I've been registered forever. Like, so I'm good.
I had no
you
idea.
need to check your registration status. So I had a problem today when I walked in because I was asked for my license. I have a Virginia driver license, but I have a military ID. And then I have a Missouri, in residence, but my state of record is Texas. So all of that was all mixed up when I got there. So they were looking for me under the wrong stuff. So make sure you have all your paperwork squared away and carry a piece of mail with you, with your name on it or something official, like a bill or something that proves where you live, because that's what helped me vote today.
I also don't understand why we can't just vote from the comfort of our own homes yet.
You can.
Why can't I click
Utah, you can do it on email. But with that being said, anybody can hack that stuff. So
right, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it now, but I'm saying maybe one day. But
yeah, but Utah is doing that this year, giving people secure links to vote. With that being said, though, please research not just the presidential candidates. Research your local judges, anybody that's running for sheriff, those things that really impact your community. So because like on this ballot,
that Mark man down here,
like on this ballot, there were so many judges that were up. Like I only knew like 5. I only had researched 5, but there was like 17 of them on the ballot. Like, should they keep their office? Should they keep? And I felt bad for not knowing it. So please go out, please do the research, because these are the people that are really making the laws that affect your community, not the president of the United States. So please do that.
My God,
honor your ancestors.
People don't know that.
Yeah, honor your ancestors who made the whole journey across that ocean so you could be where you are today. And with that being said, I got nothing funny for y'all tonight, because voting ain't funny. It's your duty. Go do it. With that being said, come back next week. Let's talk about Love is Blind.
Yes.
Peace.